Hey loved ones, this is Marissa. Welcome to my YouTube channel. For this first video, we're gonna be talking about therapy and me. For these videos, I'm gonna just share a little bit about my therapy journey, where I'm at, and hopefully to encourage someone else to either go to therapy or rethink how they're doing therapy. So this video, as you can see, is titled, I'm thinking of breaking up with my therapist. A little backstory. I love my therapist. I've been seeing her for 4 years. It's the same therapist. She's a Black woman. She is strong. She is gives me really great advice. She's helps me through the toughest moments of my life. You know, I started seeing her when I lost my mom. Within that first few months of losing my mom, I started seeing her for grief. And through our work together, you know, I discovered my relationship with anxiety. I've worked through that, understanding that relationship, how to manage it. I've talked to her about my spiritual journey. You know, I think in therapy was the first moment I decided I am a spiritual person and I am going to claim that and lean into that and explore that for myself. And, you know, it's been an amazing ride. But now getting to the point of the video, why I'm thinking of breaking up with my therapist. So my boyfriend recommended this book to me like a month ago. The book is called Maybe You Should Talk to Someone. It is by, oh my God, I need my glasses. The book is by Lori Gottlieb. Hopefully I'm saying her last name right. But, you know, I read this book not expecting a lot. I was like, okay, he thought it was a really good book. But I will say this book, Maybe You Should Talk to Someone. You know, it's a book about a therapist. She talks about her, you know, sessions that she's had, personally seeing therapy. Some of her clients, I think, goes to like 3 or 4 of her clients. And this book made me rethink how I'm doing therapy. What I learned from this book is that when people come to therapy, most come with a presenting problem, which is, get my iPad. The presenting problem is an issue that sends a person into therapy. It might be a panic attack, a job loss, a death, a birth, a relational difficulty, an inability to make a big life decision, or a bout of depression. So for me, the presenting problem I came to therapy with was a death. My mom passed away suddenly, and I was just, as you can imagine, just lost, hurt, heartbroken. How do I get through this very fucked up hard time of my life? And over time, you know, if you have like a great therapist, if you have a good working relationship, if there's progress, you will move through that problem. And, you know, I definitely feel like I've gotten through that problem. I've worked through it with my therapist the best that I can. So that presenting problem happens, you get through it at some point. You know, the timeline is different for everyone. I don't even remember when I actually got through my presenting problem, because I feel like it's something I still go through. And then, you know, some people decide to not see their therapist anymore. They, you know, like I've gotten through this. I don't need to see therapy. I know I do not need to go to therapy anymore. I'm good. But me, I really enjoy my relationship with my therapist. You know, I go monthly. I used to go bi-weekly. But even though I feel like I don't need to go as often, I feel like it's an important part of my self-care, is really to, you know, have that 50 minutes to just get through and express anything that I'm holding on to, any issues, just having that support. But the past definitely year to 6 months or so, it's been the same thing. Me in therapy right now is a little bit conflicted. Yeah, so right now I was talking with my boyfriend and about therapy, and I was like, because again, in this book, it talks about how the relationship with therapists obviously is not for everything. At some point, therapy ends for people. And I haven't thought about that end game with my therapist, because I think I just enjoy the dynamic with my therapist so much, so comfortable, that I just continued seeing my therapist, and I had no plans on ending it anytime soon. But to be honest, there's a part of me that feels like I'm a bit attached to my therapist, and we are a little too comfortable, which isn't a bad thing. You know, for others, you know, going to therapy consistently and just, you know, shooting the shit is fine. And that's been fine for me for a while. I enjoy that conversation that we have, but I feel as though there are still some things for me to work through. And if I'm paying a therapist to help me do that, I don't want to just be shooting the shit right now. I actually want to get some work done to help me get through these limitations, these perceptions I have on myself, so I can actually like manifest certain things in my life that I want. And maybe that's about me being more honest about what I want. I think that's a big thing for me. It's hard for me to vocalize, even write down like the big ideas, the big dreams that I have, because while I've done a lot of spiritual work, mental work on expanding who I see myself as, and seeing myself as a powerful individual, those default patterns, those ways that we sabotage, the ways that I sabotage, limit myself, those patterns are still in me, and I need to work through them. So I'm hoping in my therapy sessions, I'm not breaking up, even though I said I'm thinking of it. I'm gonna first see if I can work through some of these, this new presenting problem with my therapist, which is, hey, I really want to be honest about what I want for my life, and I don't want to sidestep that anymore. I'm too old at this point, and I look like a little young biddy. I look good for my age, but I'm at this point where I just really want to go for the things that I want, especially the things that scare me. I think a lot of the things that I want actually do scare me, and I need to work through that. So yes, that is my video. Yeah, so again, for anyone who wants to subscribe to this channel, please do so. I will be putting out videos weekly about mental health, healing, and also vlogging about my life. So I'll see you soon. Be well, loved ones.